Okay, so I'm going to begin with some little shoulder rolls like this. So if you can bring your shoulders up to your ears and then squeeze and press down. Take a moment to really feel what's going on around the shoulders. Are they feeling a bit crunchy? Are they feeling loose? Like tuning into what's going on there. Taking a deep breath in and breathe out. Again, deep breath. And then just dropping your head over to one side, relaxing your shoulders. And move your head to the middle and drop to the other side. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, lift the rib cage into it. And we'll drop. And then lift. And the other side, drop. So this is the one you need to focus on soon. And then we're going to roll down and down. Behind your shoulder. Behind. And then drop round and look over the other shoulder. What's the furthest thing behind you you can see? And do it again, rolling around. Just gradually see if you can open up the field of vision behind you. Going, breathing. Interestingly, had an ear pop. Talking of ears this morning. Let's do that a couple more times. So just gradually turning your head to look behind. A little bit further. Each one. The last one. And then from here, I'd like you to place one hand just here on the top of your head, lengthen up through the crown, and your hand by your ear, by just a gentle pull down. Breathe. And release. We're switching, so you place your hand by your ear, gentle pull down. Just make sure that your head's not coming into forward lean. Imagine you've got your head against a wall. Deep breath. And then from here, we're going to circle the arms. So nice big circle. You brush past your ears if you do it. Adding a rise, a tiptoe, and then coming down and rocking back into your heels. So we rise to tiptoe, and then rock back into your heels. And see if you can do a sort of momentary pause on the heel and a momentary pause on the toe. Last couple. And final one. And then placing your hands on your rib cage to breathe into your hands. And then move just your ribs. And move them to the center. Deep breath. And move just your ribs the other way. To the center. And repeat, side, center. We're going to keep the lower half still, just move the ribs. And then we're going to circle. Not the hip, the upper. And reverse. Let's take the arms wide, bring the knee up. We're going to circle the knee in and out. Let's get the balance on that leg that we've stood on. A little bit of height on that knee. Mobilizing our hip joint. Lengthening up through the crown of the head. And let's release and give that a go on the other side. So welcome the wobble on these. Knee coming in, coming out. Pointing your toes as you do it. And you make it bigger. Welcoming the wobble. Great. We're going to sweep down, squat, and come up and balance on our tiptoes. Open the arm. Squat down, sweep up, balance on the tiptoes, open out, drop down. Breathe in, breathe out, and squat. Down, reach, breathe in, exhale. And again, drop down, move up, open out, 2 more. Down, up, open, and last one. Alrighty, from here, I'd like you to come and find a mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Are you looking for online classes that support you with getting more me time? You want to get supple, strong, feel less stressed, get in the driving seat, but actually, perhaps you've noticed that following videos on YouTube isn't actually helping you commit. It's not like the teacher reaches out and says, correct your hips, bring your knee back, move your posture back. And this is the problem. So, of course, you can hit subscribe to get more from the Zigs YouTube channel. But let's face it, we're not going to send our children to a school without a teacher or a tutor. I mean, what's their life going to be like if they're going to learn in that way? So my name's Claire Louise Freeman. I'm the business owner of Zigs Exercise, and I like to encourage you to join me and my community online, where we get together via Zoom and we practice Pilates conditioning, yoga stretches, mobility. And the thing is, we get to actually talk through this stuff. We get to do it together. And to me, consistently doing it together is the thing that gives us much, much better results than if we're left flailing around in front of a video trying to do it all by ourselves. So if you'd like more information about joining me and others, please reach out, get in touch. You can work with us morning, evening, from the comfort of your own home. It's great because you get all the kit together at home, and it does help you to practice in between as well. So I'm offering a complimentary kickstart call. We can talk through what's getting in the way, you know, why it's not worked so far. And sometimes the hardest bit is actually just picking up the phone and talking it through. So brave pants on. I work with all sorts of people from various walks of life, different shapes and sizes. And often people who do work with me do it because they say that I do it in a very non-judgmental way. Of course, it's free to talk, so you can click the link in the description box below and we can get to know each other and see if we're a good fit. There's no pressure here. On the call, I'll listen in to, you know, what you need support with, what your personal needs are, and I can answer any of your questions about our online Pilates and yoga, where we do it together in community. Why wait? This stuff doesn't get any easier as we get older. We work with lots of busy parents, grandparents, business owners, NHS professionals, private school teachers, regular school teachers. So if that feels like you and you need that support and accountability on getting it done, that's the thing. If we've got the sessions booked in regularly, that means we're much more likely to show up. And it's that regularity that people are often missing. You know, they take time off during holidays. It's the commitment that gets the motivation. So why wait? Book in, give me a call, and I'll see you on the other. Need a drink? Now's a good time to grab some water. Okay, so let's move down onto our back. And let's mobilize our backs by bringing our knees in and then tapping down. So tuck and then tap. Squeeze your knees to your chest using your hands. And try to lift your bottom off the floor. So you tuck, lift your bum, and then tap down. So level 1, staying with this version, keeping your head on the floor. If you want to move on a notch and go for level 2 today, we're going to curl into a ball and balance with the feet off the ground. So we roll and then balance. Bit of Friday rolling. Preparation for the weekend. And you can get yourself tucking close to your body as you do it. Or for more advanced, if we can maintain good posture, we extend the leg. So reaching out through the toes, lifting the chest. Try and come up, right up, lift your chest. We're going to do 2 more. And think of your legs coming towards your chest. Last one. Alrighty, let's release. And we're going to flip over and do some cobras. So, mobilizing our backs. Let's take the hands just slightly wider than the shoulder. If you press your shoulder blades down, squeeze your bottom as you bring your head up. Squeezing the buttock muscles to give your back support. And then lowering your body down. Let's do that again. So as we come up, we should push firmly into the ground with the hands. Chin up. And then lower. Working on the chin ups. Mel's just saying she's regretting a peanut butter on toast. Was it a late one? We had breakfast at our business meeting this morning. I've had baked beans, mushrooms, and bacon. Quite early. With these, notice your shoulders. Try and pull your shoulders down. Yeah, the business meetup was at the Hatton Court Hotel. Sterling Business Networking. They very kindly did a smoothie and a movie with me. And a few other people have booked in. So we've probably raised about £1.5 grand now for Emily's gift charity. It's 2,000, so we're nearly there. All right, from here, we're going to move to a plank. So if you can place your forearms down like this, and then lift from your midsection, you can stay in a half plank or full plank, go onto the toes. And we're going to do a rocking plank by moving the body forwards and backwards. Breathe out, breathe in. As you do it, try to press your shoulders down and keep your chest open. Deep breath. From here, if we move up, and we're going to meet in our downward dog, lifting the bottom in the air and placing our body weight to our toes, pressing our heels down, lifting the tailbone, breathing deeply, pressing down, pressing out, breathing deeply. Relax the shoulders. Keep pressing the heels down as we walk the hands towards the toes. And we're going to touch the toes. Bring the head in so the nose goes, hello knees, this morning. And taking a walk again into a downward dog. Pressing the heels down, lifting up through the tailbone. Can you straighten your legs? Relax your shoulders. Working the hands in. Touch the toes. tucking the head in, nose towards the knees, and rocking the body weight just back to the heels slightly. Breathe. And then from here, I'd like you to squat down. Notice my arms go under my thighs. I'm going to interlock here and stay in the squat, but round the back. I'm sort of pulling up on the forearm underneath the thigh to give the back a stretch. Breathe. And then straightening the legs, flattening the hands and walking them forwards. Moving again into downward dog. Breathe deeply. Relax your shoulders. Breathe deeply. In through the nose, long exhale, out through the mouth. Walking the hands in, touch the toes. Taking the body weight back to the heels, straight legs. Tucking the head in, looking towards the belly. Bending the knees, sinking into a squat. Interlocking the fingers. Staying in the squat, but rounding the back. Tuck your bottom under. Should feel a bit like you're holding one in. And then release and straighten the legs. Breathe. Walking the hands, coming forwards. Allowing a little bit of lift in your heel, maybe walking your hands a bit further forward than you had them in the last one. Pressing the heels down, softening the shoulders. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. And again, deep breath. Let's walk the hands in to touch the toes. Bending the knees. And last one, interlocking the fingers, rounding. Squeezing from behind. And then if you can straighten your legs again, meet me in the downward dog. I'm going to move the downward dog on a little bit by keeping one foot down and then lifting the other leg and just seeing how much height can we get on our peeing dog. You reach your toes up to the ceiling. Have a look up towards your foot. So, always good to be on a non-slip mat. Deep breath. Doing well there. Gripping on for dear life, I'm sure. All right, let's release and give that a go on the other side. So press your heel down on that foot that stays on the floor. Pointy toes. Reaching up. How height can you get on that leg? Pressing the other heel down. Breathing deeply. Let's take a walk now with our feet towards the hands. And we're going to come down onto our back for some more core work. Okay, so we're going to move our fingertips into the curve of the lower back. Pull the belly button in, so we've got a little bit of pressure on the hands. Now, can we keep that pressure there as we scissor the leg, bringing one knee up as the other leg comes down, pointing the toes as we go. Next level, do it with a bent leg one side, straight leg on the other. Tapping the heel on the floor. Pointing the toes. More advanced option. Notice both of my legs are straight now. The one's coming up, the other leg's coming down. I think Bruce is doing the can-can, but that's fine. Take all sorts here. Deep breath. Probably swearing at me. Good job we're on mute. All right, let's bring our knees up to our chest, and we're going to circle out, round and in. That's a big circle. Just on the top of your knees as you do it. Just allow your knees to sort of give in to gravity. Opening, closing. That feeling, massaging your lower back against the ground. putting a 9-year-old to bed last night. Mummy, can you massage my back? Really struggled to get to sleep, but within 5 minutes, out like a light. Let's reverse and go back the other way. Deep breath. Massaging the lower back into the ground. Alrighty, and then from here, we're going to move into a lift here. So if you can just use your hands to bring yourself up to seated. And depending on your level, if you need a band, a strap, hook it under your feet. Level 2, you can do it hands-free like this, and you roll down to the floor and then sit up. Try to lift your chest as you do it. On the roof of your mouth, keep your feet steady on the ground. Inhaling lower, exhaling lifting. Can we aim for a fluid move? It's clunky already, stay with this version. If it's not, then you want to move on to a more advanced option. At the arms by the ears. Just lift. Breathe in as you lower. And we do 2 more. And final one on your right side. Lay down with your fingers interlaced here. Point the toes. So legs uncrossed, point your toes. That's it. Arch back and turn your palms now away from the top of your head. Can you straighten your elbows? Almost trying to get your upper arm to touch your ear and your little finger to touch the floor. Arch your back and breathe into your belly. Can you point your toes quite firmly? So legs uncrossed, point your toes. That's it. Breathe. Let your belly swell up with air. And again, let your belly fill with air. Let it empty. Use this time as your breathing space of the day. So we're going to bend up through one knee and then park our hands here. We're going to dig into those hamstrings that Bruce was talking about at the start. So let's come up to standing now. Now's a good time if you need a drink. Okay, so I'm going to bring feet to the edges of the mat. If you can use the edges to align. And then where are your hips? If you just put your hands here, a bit like we've got gun holsters, try to level up the fingers. And as you come forward, the guns are going to angle down, and we're going to avoid one going backwards. Notice my back is going into flat back shape. Bodies will naturally cheat this stretch by doing this and rounding. But try here to lift your tailbone up. Hands resting here now on the front thigh. And then slowly we're going to move our hands down to the shin. And if you want to, down to your foot as you bring your nose and your knee together. Breathe. Bring the knees just a little bit. And then walking the hand back up. And a little ladybird and a bug on the mat. Okay, so let's give that a go on the other side. We want our feet at the edges of the mat. Again, with the holsters here. resting the hands on the mid-thigh. Now, if you can see yourself in your screen, does your back look like it's in a flat back position? Straight legs, but soft knees as we walk the hands down to the shin. Lower the head, nose towards the knee. Walking the hand towards the foot, tucking the head in. Breathe. Walking the hands up, opening the chest. And then from here, we're going to move our back foot further away. And we bring our opposite hand to our foot onto the floor. We're going to rotate our body, lengthen up through the top arm, reaching the fingers up towards the ceiling, softening the shoulders so we pull the blades down the back. Breathe deeply. Eye gaze looking up towards the top hand. And then bringing that top hand down to the floor. And we're going to keep our feet wide as we now turn with our feet quite wide and toes pointing forwards. Notice now I've dropped my head and I'm walking my hands back towards the middle of the feet and just having a look at the world from an upside down angle. Deep breath. Rock your body weight back to your heels just a little bit and notice how that intensifies the stretch slightly. Relax and soften in. Take a walk now with our hands. We're now turning towards our other foot and we've got our opposite hand on the ground. And rotating up with the top arm. Breathing deeply. Breathing deeply. Hand back down. I'd like you to bring your feet together and come down to your back again. Walking your feet quite close in and lifting your knees towards your chest. Knees together, slowly lower. Just tap your toes on the floor with your knees together as you lift. Bring your arms overhead. We're going to tap the thumbs and the toes down simultaneously and then draw a big circle round with the arms. In the knees, tapping down simultaneously with the toes and the thumb and then big circle with your arms. Gradually, you might start to take the legs a little further away like this. Explore your core. Gradually that little bit further out, tapping and then lifting. All the time working towards straighter legs. Breathe. Point your toes, reach into your big toe. And we do 2 more. Breathe. Final one. Let's bring our right knee into our chest like this. So you tuck with your hands on the top of the knee, point your toes, reach through your big toe. And then if you can use your opposite hand to your knee to bring your leg across. Your foot on the ground. And then use the hand to press the knee down towards the knee, trailing this arm out behind you. Bring your back shoulder down. back shoulder down, pressing the knee down and breathing into your belly. Looking behind your shoulder. And kind of stretching the muscles at the back of the eye. Look behind the shoulder. Breathe. And let's release. And give that a go on the other side. Knee up and across. Feeling for the floor with your foot. Straightening the bottom leg. And as that foot comes to the floor, push your knee down with your hand. Eye gaze looking behind the shoulder. Deep breath. Pressing the knee down, the shoulder down simultaneously. Breathe. Alrighty, let's release. We're going to roll to the center and then use this leg to rock ourselves back up. So now's a good time for a drink. So if you'd like to grab some water. And we're going to come up to standing next. Do a standing yoga stretch. Okay, so let's take our feet quite wide. And then on this side, we're going to turn this foot out so it's parallel with the edges of the mat. And then over here, we're going to angle in at 45. Sliding this hand down the shin and going long with our top arm. We reach up with the hand, with the fingers. Now, can you bring your head back a little bit? Open your chest. Try to stack your shoulders one above the other, but pull the blades down. Deep breath. Now, if you can see yourself in your screen, let's bring this arm from vertical to horizontal. Turning the palm down and having the arm back by the ear. Breathe into the side of your body. We're going to bend the knee. And we're going to wriggle our back foot away as we switch up so the shoulders stack above the hip. Now we're in a warrior pose. Softening the shoulders, sinking down. We want to wriggle that foot so that the ankle sits underneath the knee. And eye gaze off down the middle finger in a warrior-like gazing fashion. Deep breath. Let's straighten the knee, relax the arms. We're going to turn our feet. So we're now both feet facing front. For me, I'm going to wriggle out a bit further. You explore the stretch. I'm going to come down again. That pose where we rock, put the hands back, and have another look at the world from a different view. Deep breath. I'm going to walk our back in a little bit, and then if you can join me in the triangle pose on the other side. So now over here we're going to turn the toes out so this foot is parallel with the edges of the mat. Angle in at 45 degrees over here, and we're going to lean, feeling for the shin. Bring the head back, open your chest. Can we stack the arms one above the other? Often this arm will stay somewhere over here when the shoulder's tight, but can you bring it more over here? Lining your arm up with your ear. Head back, open your chest. As this arm comes over, bring the arm towards your ear, not in front of your head. Breathe. Bending into the knee. wriggling the back foot away, pushing the heel out, and we switch into our warrior pose. Sit down into it, stacking the shoulder above the hip. Deep breath. And straightening out through our front leg, turning again the toes. This time we're going to interlace our fingers behind. You can bring your hands to the floor if you feel a bit safer. Try to lift your arms behind you. And then almost feel as your head drops, as if you're trying to move your hands towards the floor. Deep breath. And let's release. And we're going to soften our knees and bring our feet back in. Okay, let's find a drink. Is it getting hot in here, or is it my hormones? I was chatting to a friend the other day about the menopause, and he said, yeah, I did 11 months and then it all came back. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on month 11 and it's all come back. What? Anyway, such is the joy of being. Coming back down onto our mat. So if you can join me down here, we're going to move into Pilates single leg stretch. So opposite arm and leg reaching away. A little bit of core technique, so you draw your belly button muscle in. Level 2, we'll start it from here with our knees at 90 degrees. Or third option, straight legs. Pointing the toes and then flexing them. Pointing and flexing. Keep working. Last couple. And final one. And from here we're going to rock up to a seated position and move our left leg forward with a flexed foot like this. It's almost like that foot is trying to push the wall away in front. It's an active lengthening along the back of the leg. And then this one we're going to cross over, so we wrap our elbow like this around thigh and push the ground away like this with our back hand. Notice on my back arm, the forearm is touching the back. Push the ground away. Try and open your chest, so you sort of lift your breastbone a little bit. Lengthen up through the crown of the head, a bit like you're posing for a picture. Rose between the teeth. Deep breath, squeezing the knee in. And then just softening out of that. Now you can either repeat that version, or I'm going to bring this foot so the heel sits under the bottom. You sort of sat on your heel, and then rather than, you can either squeeze again or a little bit further by bringing the elbow to the mid-thigh. And then again, we push the ground away. And the head, so looking over the shoulder, and lengthening up in the posture. Breathing deeply. And let's release and give our legs a bit of a shake out. Okay, so let's give that a go on the other side. So we've got the right foot flexed as if we're pushing the wall away in front, and then crossing the leg, and a good squeeze, wrapping the elbow around. Push the ground away with that back hand, really straightening that back arm. So you lift your chest, lift your ribs up, and turn and look behind the shoulder. Elongating up through the crown of the head. And let's release. And then from here, for that next level, again, you can stay with that version, or we're going to tuck the heel just here. So you sit on the heel on the that side, and then we bring our elbow to our mid-thigh for tougher option, or you can squeeze again. Either way, we're pushing the ground away with that back arm. Breathing deeply. And let's release off. Feels like a good stretch to me today. So if we can place our feet, soles of our feet together now. And if we take hold of our ankles, if you've got trouble with your knee and it doesn't quite agree with the double knee, you could always maybe do one side at a time if that feels a bit gentler for you. But see if you can give it a go, pressing the elbows down and just leaning forward. Watch my back. I can either do it like this and sort of round, but actually, if we notice, if we lift up here and lean from the rib cage, it sort of gives us a bit more stretch around the groin area. Deep breath. And then let's release, shake the legs out. I'm going to repeat that again. So soles of the feet together, getting hold of the ankles, tucking the heels in, lengthening through the back as we gently press down, leaning the chest. Breathe. And let's release and give our legs a shake out. From here now, we're going to move to pause. For first level, the knee is sat pretty much underneath the hip as we let the chest lead the way and come back up. In a tougher version, we move the knees a little bit further back. Letting your chest lead the way. More advanced, we're up on our toes. Last couple. I'm going to sit back with the knees open, pushing the bottom towards the heels and lengthening the arm. Wriggle your fingers forwards and apply pressure down with your palms to sort of stretch under the armpits. Pressing down, head against the ground. Breathe into the belly. To move to a seated position. And have your legs just here in front. And I'd like you to place one hand just here on the top of your head and then slide your hand towards the back of your skull. And just nudge your chin down towards your armpit. Relaxing your shoulders, breathing into your belly. And releasing. Again, on the other side, sliding your hand to the back of the skull, nudging your chin towards your armpit, breathing deeply. And release. Bringing your hands around the back of your head, lengthening up through the crown of your head, and then dropping your chin in, applying pressure, back of the head, breathing deeply. And again, deep breath. Tuning into what background sounds you can hear. Let's release. Going down onto our back. And you pop your hands just here on top of your belly. I'd like you to close your eyes for a moment. Interesting. How are you? How are you feeling compared to the start of the session today? Has there been a shift in the energy? I need to take a moment to perhaps celebrate a little mini achievement in the session today. Sometimes it's easy to look at our bodies and think about what we struggle with, but just want you to notice something actually that felt quite doable. Have a little mini celebration with your body. Take a moment to be thankful the fact you made that decision to be here today. Work on something positive to help improve mobility in your joints, flexibility in your muscles, something positive for your mindset and your mental health and your relaxation. Taking a moment to contemplate how you're going to carry this energy forwards into your weekend, into next week. What structure do we need to focus in on in order to cultivate that positive, healthy energy? And as I lay here on the mat, I'm conscious of Tweety birds outside of the cabin tweeting away, and it's just given me that reminder from nature to get out and have a good walk over the weekend, getting out amongst the trees and just reminding myself of that positive chemistry when we're out in a forest or green space, that influence it has on our physical and our mental health. I want you to take a deep breath in and hold your breath for a moment. And then do a really long exhale out. A bit like you're blowing into a balloon. Let's do that again. Fill up. Holding your breath again. Exhaling out. One more time. Let your belly fill. Holding your breath. Doing a long exhale out. Just using this breath exercise as a reminder that at any moment in your life you can use this technique just to relax your physiology in your body. Reminder that we're well equipped. Often we look out, often the answers are inside. And from here, I'd like you to bring your right leg over your left like this. And if you can pop your hands just here around the back of your thigh, use your hands to pull in and use your elbow to push out as we move to glute stretch. For managing stiff hips and lower backs. Good to practice these on a regular, if not daily basis. Let's give that a go on the other side. So left over right, hands around the back of the thigh. We're coming up to Valentine's, so I thought, why don't we share a little something at the end that we absolutely love. So if you can hit your unmute for me when you're ready, we'll have a little chat and check in.